How's it going, folks? So the band Art Nation has just released another new single here. This one's called Halo. I've enjoyed quite a bit their previous singles for this new album coming out April 25th. So I figured, hey, I should do a reaction here to this one because, like I said, their previous singles for this album, this new album, are pretty good, pretty good. So let's see what they got here. I think this is like their fourth single from this new album. So, I mean, they're churning these bad boys out. Let's see what we got with Halo, shall we? Rangers. Go.
Shelter in this lonely place. How could we break it and let go? There is a chance to make us work through it all, but all we see is reasons to fall. We need to be as before to see the truth more and more. The sign right in front of it all. We're living through the light of you and me, 'cause we're never stopped to please what we need. So round and round it
Well, definitely my least favorite of the singles they've released so far for the new album. This one it just kind of it's just kind of there. It really lacks some of the impact that the previous singles had that really kind of draw you in and make you feel like focused on the song and just really enjoying it. This one just kind of passed by, and it has like a pleasant melody in the chorus. At first I really didn't care for it too much, but as it went, I'm still not super big on it, but it did grow on me a little. And like I said, it's just kind of pleasant. It's very inoffensive, and it just has a nice, almost like poppy kind of um, uh, melody and all that. I mean, like pop, like music. I don't mean Poppy, the artist, the musical artist, the bizarre artist. That one, but I mean, there are some songs from her that I do like quite a bit, but. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. A very kind of pop infused sort of chorus, and again, it grew on me some, but I'm still not super like thrilled with it or anything like that. And it's funny songs like this where it kind of teases us because in the beginning, I mean, it kind of comes out of the gate and it has an epic sort of sound, a grand sort of sound with a lot of impact that definitely kind of demands attention, and with like the choir sort of chants and all of that. I was like, man, all right, here we go. But then it just really died down. And it's one thing to kind of, I guess, die down for the verses, then kind of build it up a little bit again with the pre-chorus, and then with the chorus, like, hit us like really hard. But that never happens. The only other time is when it kind of does the same thing as in the intro, but after the first chorus, if I'm not mistaken, where you get the choirs again and the sound is grand and, with a lot of power behind it and all that. And then it just dies down again. So, it's kind of weird. It just feels a little bit like a tease almost. And, it makes me wonder why even have that in there. If the rest of the song's going to be pretty low key. So yeah, it's just, I always find it interesting when that kind of happens. It almost feels misleading to a degree, and I just don't feel like it contributes very much to the song. Like, because it gives you those moments, but then it creates way too much of a contrast between the rest of the song. So yeah, so I think it would have been better just to kind of keep a more mellow sort of vibe throughout the whole song instead of hitting us with that big sound in like two spots and the rest not really present. The verses are all right. I do like the pre-chorus. I think the pre-chorus is pretty decent. And then again, that chorus, it's pleasant. That's really, I think the word that I would use for the chorus here. Even like the riffs, they're all right, but they're like relatively basic for most of the song. We get that solo, which was pretty nice, and whatnot. But yeah, that's just kind of like the nature of this song is that it is relatively straightforward. It's relatively kind of basic, almost run of the mill, where it just has a very kind of simplistic approach with the riffs and then the music and even the melodies, even the chorus. It just feels. Lazy is like a strong word because, I mean, there's nothing lazy about song creation by any stretch of the imagination. But I just feel like the chorus could have been a little bit stronger or again, just kind of change the song up a little bit just to have it match more kind of all the way through. Maybe get a little bit of a stronger verses in there. I don't know. It just feels like the song could definitely use some tweaking. And the vocals, while good, yeah, I mean, he's a killer vocalist, but if I'm not mistaken, in the other singles, I mean, he really showcases his voice, but here it's toned down a bit, which, again, I mean, you're going to get a variety of kind of songs on an album, and this, if I'm not mistaken, is the fourth single, so, maybe they're trying to, like, showcase a different side of the album than the first three singles kind of showcased. So I get that. So I can't really critique that too much. But I think that also kind of dampened the power that the song could have had without him just really going all in. It just, everything, it just feels very kind of low key, relatively straightforward. Even the melodies and stuff are a bit familiar. And yeah, this song is just kind of there. So yeah, not my favorite here. Definitely my least favorite of the singles. This is the kind of song on an album where at the beginning I'd be like, oh, what song is it? Oh, Halo, cool. Let me listen to this. But then by the end of it, it's just kind of passed me by. It just doesn't really have any like staying power, in my opinion. And I really think singles are important to capture that kind of staying power, and of course, save some good stuff in the album as well. But for a single, this song, it's just kind of fizzles. It just doesn't really grab the listener, for me, for in my opinion. So yeah. Anywho, I mean, I could just sum this song up by it's just a bit run of the mill, and a bit of a tease with those little elements there that don't really match the rest of the song, because the chorus does not rise up to match that. It again is just relatively mellow. So yeah, anywho, not my favorite here. I'm still looking forward to the album though, because the other singles I thought were really good. So yeah, we'll see what else they got for us. But anywho, let me know, folks, in the comments down below, what do you think of this song here? How does it stack up for you compared to the previous singles that they released for the new album? Let's talk about it, and I'll catch you all next time. Ranger out.